Guys, did you just see what I fucking did? No. I went to go smell the tequila, but I smelled the microphone. This is what happens when you bulk shoot in one day and you're drinking tequila at 11 o'clock in the morning. Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of On the Couch, where we dive into the world of being in business for yourself. We talk about financial literacy. We discuss the mindset conditioning, the coaching, and what it takes to be in business for yourself, as those call it entrepreneurship. And sometimes we have guests on our show. I am one of your hosts, Johnny Supa, and we're here with
Danny Cardozo.
And today is one of those days where we have a guest. Today we got Carlo
from Effect Electric.
Carlo, welcome.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for being here. So Carlo and I have, I'll give a quick synopsis. Carlo and I have known each other since, maybe elementary school. Yeah, so like grade 1.
Elementary school.
Yeah.
Where is elementary school?
In Brampton.
Wow.
When it was nice.
Yeah, we both. Yeah. When
my wife's a PL teacher, and she works public, so she had a really hard time being a supply teacher because she would get put into all these schools that she's not used to, like being part of on, and she finally found a couple that are in areas where I guess the kids are more like what she would expect, how she grew up with her school, sort of.
It's different when cultures are different, right? Because you don't know what to expect. You don't know what behaviors are like. Yeah, so it changes a lot. Yeah. Growing up in Brampton, like where we grew up, we were at Steeles and McLaughlin. So the first few years, if you were south, so everybody went to St. Bridget first. And then once the development grew bigger and bigger, it was a big Green Park development.
Yeah.
Once that grew bigger and bigger, anybody south of Steeles, which is what side we were on, we had to go to a different school. So that was Pauline Vanier. And growing up, I went to six different elementary schools, 5 or 6, I can't remember, but that's a lot. Yeah, I went to St. Anne's, C.W. Sullivan, St. Bridget, Pauline Vanier, and then I moved to Woodbridge in grade 8, and I went to Our Lady of Fatima for half of grade 8. So yeah,
wow,
that's 5 elementary schools.
I went to 1, from JK right to grade 8.
And it's fucked up because we still know each other.
That's awesome.
And
time flies.
Yeah, time does fly.
That's awesome.
And then we reconnected. Obviously, we didn't keep in touch throughout a lot of those years. Then we went to high school together because you came to Holy Cross.
I went to Holy Cross, and then I had to go back to Brampton to finish because I got kicked out of Holy Cross. And then,
that school's supposed to be an academy. I went to Central Tech, grade 9 and grade 10, and I'll tell you that school was way worse than Holy Cross. But the second day I walked into Holy Cross, suspended. It was like...
Oh, yeah, they're handing them all like chips.
Oh, over there, it's just like... Yeah. You get slapped on the wrist for just like
not
looking at a teacher. Like, come on, man. It's like, Central Tech, man, people used to... The things I saw over there in a year and a half, wow. Anyways,
that's downtown Toronto.
Just get the diploma and get out. That's it.
Which is where we will be this Saturday. We have a soccer game inside the Central Tech Dome. So looking forward to that. So
wait until you look at that school and be like, wow.
My dad was telling me, I think we had this conversation. I think my dad went to Central Tech for as long as he went to high school.
That school is massive.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going.
Huge. It's got a nice appearance too.
Looking forward to it. So Carlo and I grew up in the same neighborhood, and then we went to high school together. Obviously disconnected through early adulthood. Both got married, kids, and then we both moved to Tottenham. Funny, it's like both our guests were Tottenham guests in the last few episodes. And then Carlo and I reconnected, and then we kind of seem to have the same outlook on entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. Carlo runs a very successful electrical company, solopreneur, anyways, tell us about that. So you got in the industry.
Well, I got forced into being an entrepreneur because like everyone else, no one feels appreciated. So I said, one day I just said, fuck it. And I started my own. Actually, on my honeymoon. Literally while I was on the beach on my honeymoon, I turned to my one-day wife and said...
one day as like she will be soon?
No, as in like we've only been married for one day. I turned to her and I said, I'm going to start my own business. So when we go back, I'm quitting my job with 0 customers and our new house and
But I mean, as an electrician, you probably did a lot of side jobs afterwards. So it's like you do have customers, but not.
Yeah. You start off with barely nothing,
Yep.
just like everyone else.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you grind it out until you get to a comfortable level.
Yeah, I want to talk about that grinding up because a lot of people said the same thing to me when I remember where I was. I was on the beach, kind of not on vacation. I was vacation, but I was at Sable Beach, and I was there, and I was the general manager, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking quit this career. And everybody looked at me like, are you crazy? Like you're gonna just 2 feet jump into something else? I'm like, yeah, I don't know how else to do it. I can't do the gradual. I didn't, even though we talk about it a lot, but the gradual thing, I couldn't do it. And I want to talk because Carlo and I went to a spa last week. How romantic that was. That was very romantic, by the
Tell
way.
me that wasn't an awesome day.
It was a good day.
Yeah, Johnny came back feeling very
Amazing.
Relaxed.
I'm going back next week.
relaxed.
Yeah, I've been getting punched in the face a lot for the last couple of months, so that day was kind of nice. But Carlo mentioned a few things. See, and this is what I want to talk about a lot too, because sometimes people think their paths are kind of, drawn out for them. And Carlo's path was kind of drawn out for you. Like we talked about this with the Canada Post, and actually, a lot of people don't. I'll bring it up on another episode with the blue bag. Remind me, Stefano, about the blue bag and Canada Post, and I'll tell you guys a quick story. But tell us about that, and then what happened. And you had this path drawn out for you, and then something triggered in your mind, and you said, "I can't do it."
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a techie geek kid as a child, like day and night. And my parents, my whole family tree are post office employees. And she made the path, which is a really good path. If that's going to be your job, that's a fantastic job to have for the rest of your life.
Yeah, nothing's wrong with it. It's secure. Yeah.
Yeah, and she got me in there, and right when I turned 16, you have to take a test and pass and start off as a temp. And I did that. And then when I got that job, I went to Gateway, which is where my parents worked. And I looked at the front doors, and I literally, in 1 second, flashed before my eyes. Like I thought my parents had been walking through these doors for 40 years. That is not for me. This place is not for me. So I literally stayed for a week. Went through those doors for about 7 days.
Yep.
Turned to my mom and I said, I can't do that.
Right.
This is not the rest of my life. You know how you just know, I don't know about other people, but I knew I was meant for something more than that.
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of entrepreneurs feel that they know that they're meant for more. Like there's a bigger purpose. There's more in me that I need to give. It's not even just for myself. Like Carlo runs a team of how many electricians you got that work with you?
3 right now, but it goes up and down.
Yeah, so but that's still like running 3 people is still a lot of work. It's not a cakewalk for people to entrust in you every day to say, hey, like you're a leader. We're going to follow you. You're going to teach us everything. Like you give them their apprenticeships, right?
Yes.
So what's that like? Like, is that?
Well, it depends on when you ask that. So when I first started,
Or what time of the day it is?
well, I mean just like timelines. So like remember 15, 20 years ago when you said you were going to become a tradesman, that was looked down upon. They laughed at you. You were garbage.
Yeah.
So that's literally what my high school teacher in St. Augustine told me when I told her I wanted to be an electrician. She laughed at me. So and her exact words were, "Sure, that's where all the stupid immigrants go when they come to this country." Right now, fast forward, 30 years? Those same teachers are begging us to hire their students for apprenticeships. So it's gone full circle.
Yep. Mortgage agents be apprentices before they become an actual mortgage agent and before they're able to actually work on a file.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they just get their license and then boom.
They get their license and they can work on anybody's file. I'm like, you're dealing with people's finances.
And they're using that to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Do you know, right? You know, many people get put into bad positions
Oh yeah,
because their mortgage agent screwed them up.
yeah. But you know what? Even for trade apprenticeships, I know plenty of guys, especially in the union, that all they've done is change light bulbs for their whole apprenticeship, and then when they get licensed or they move a company, people assume that they know what they're doing, and then they get thrown into
Real work.
the real work. But the only difference is if you screw up, you could die.
Yeah. It's kind of the same thing in our business too. I think that's why people need to take it a little bit more seriously because like Danny's saying, when you're dealing with like being an electrician, like you touch one wrong thing,
you could die.
you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
in our business, you do one wrong move, you can set somebody back for a few years. Like, so there's a lot of things that need to be done. I think in apprenticeship is exactly that.
But
You,
sorry.
no, like you have to have somebody that you're looking up to. You have to have somebody who's going to give a shit and point their finger and say, you got to do it the right way. Follow this process, this policy, this procedure, this everything.
Yeah, I mean, even with a blue collar trade, you guys run an office, so you guys got to follow certain rules. I'm a construction worker, right? So we don't have to. We do follow the same rules, but we don't have to be so politically correct.
No, but you still have to follow policies and
Yeah.
procedures, and there's still code, right? You still have to follow a code.
Yeah. Code is for sure, but the way that you treat the boys, I think that's why I liked construction more than anything else. I don't think I could survive in an office world.
Yeah, I mean, your lingual, like you're able to talk freely.
Yes.
Where you walk into an office, you definitely can't.
No,
You got to sort of watch how you're.
and even as an entrepreneur, having meetings now with some high end people, I'm still a blue collar guy, so I pretty much put my foot in my mouth all the time. You have to stand out, right? You have to do a good job.
Well, you also want referrals.
Yeah, but that's after. I'm just talking about just starting.
Okay.
Like when you're a first year apprentice, you're a dime a dozen. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of you at the,
Yeah.
That are asking for the job. Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
Like
so
my
you
nephew,
take one day off, your chances of getting fired are pretty high because there's a million kids who will not take a day off. Right?
Yeah, I see that even with my nephew right now is trying to become an apprentice, an electrician, and he can't find the work anywhere because, well, for one, it's kind of slow out there right
Yeah,
now.
the
but-
economy's tanking.
yeah.
But you know what? You should tell him, make sure you like what you do, because it's 5.5 to 6 years to get your apprenticeship if you pass everything on time, if you're registered on time, and you take no days off because it's all about hours. So that's if you work 5.5 years with no days off, and you pass all your schooling, then you get your ticket to become a journeyman electrician.
So
So you better like what you do.
so in the construction world, you have plumbers, right, and you have electricians. Like those are the two that,
No, there's HVAC.
and HVAC. Okay, those are the three, I guess you could say, right?
Those are the three main ones that
Three main
everyone-
ones. A plumber can go out and do piecework, which makes things complicated when you want to go in and get into finance and buying a home, because now you're in business for yourself as a business and you're doing piecework. An electrician, unless you go out and start your own electrical company, is there pieceworking in
Not that I know of.
like you're not getting paid to rough in a house per house if you're an electrician? Is that the same? Like,
No. You get paid by the hour.
you're getting paid by the hour. So there's no piecework like a plumber. A plumber gets paid piecework in residential, right? So a lot of guys grow like, I mean, this is a good swing for finance because a lot of guys that are in plumbing, if they're doing piecework, the income verification is a lot different. But for electricians, it's a little bit more of a smoother sale because you're getting paid by the hour. It's verified income.
Verified,
You're
guaranteed.
You're taxed at
yeah.
source. So
My employees have a better odds of getting a loan than I do.
yeah, because you're in business for yourself.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny. I'm the one paying his salary, and he has better odds of getting a loan than I do.
It's funny, isn't it? How business owners are looked on upon. I mean, excuse the terminology, but like you walk into a bank and you're the business owner and you bring in your employee with you, and he's got a better chance of getting
Yep.
an approval from the brick and mortar than you do, and you're looked upon. You're the one paying that salary, but yet you're the second class citizen.
I wouldn't call it second class citizen.
I said
Because-
Well, that's how
I
that's how
said
you feel.
Well, I mean, for tax reasons, you're given that option of whether you want to pay taxes or not,
correct,
right?
Oh, that's it. You're assuming that person's making money.
Okay, yeah.
How about if you're in your first couple years where you're making no money?
And I think that's where the key thing is now too, where a lot of individuals, they don't know what's available to them. So like Carlos said, why would I, if I'm earning more, pay more to earn more? Right? Like that's just a silly tactic to get, yeah, you're going to get a better
So
rate.
when I talk to someone that owns their own business now, I got my hand up here. When I talk to someone who owns their own business
I'm
now,
going to tie it to your shoelace.
when I talk to someone who owns their own business, right, and I introduce them the B-side lending, and they're like, "Whoa, my God, B-side, B-side," but you've had the options of paying taxes.
Yeah.
You chose not to pay taxes, which in my if I were you, I would have done the exact same thing.
100%.
Who cares about that 4.5 rate, take the 5.5 rate,
Yeah. You
and
just
save.
15% in taxes.
Yeah,
Well, if you're paying yourself more, you're paying 50%.
Well, yeah, but compared to the
exactly. So if you're paying yourself, you're paying 50%.
Yeah.
Compared to 13%.
to get that, well, not, and especially now, like you need minimum $150,000 a year to qualify for mortgages. Now.
Wow.
Within two, like two people
Combined,
in a household.
Yeah, in a household.
Yeah, that's still a lot of money, man.
That is a lot of
It
money.
is a lot of money.
But even to pay yourself $80,000 as an individual, the tax bracket you're at is 35 to 40%.
Yeah.
You got to pay that 40%.
Yeah, you pay taxes on your company, then you pay taxes when you pay yourself personally. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So a lot of
So
people,
I do agree. Why pay the taxes?
yeah, but the brick and mortar still look at you as you don't have you're not verified taxed at source income. So we can't. It's not like we can't show this. It's
You know what though? It was a blessing in disguise though.
Well,
So
absolutely.
they said no. It would have been nice. It would have been nice. But every time I asked the bank, they said no for everything. I don't think they ever once said yes. So then it's like, okay, I guess I got to do this myself, right? Pay everything in cash and do it the hard way, and I did. But at the end of the day, I think because of that, I'm really good with money now.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I have them to thank.
It does. It makes obviously like even for same thing with us, but it does change your habits. It changes your thought
Budget.
process.
Budgeting, learning money, how it works.
Yeah, where to move it, where to put it,
Yeah.
how to survive.
Yeah, it's not fun being an entrepreneur.
No,
It's
which
not.
is-
No, I mean, there's a lot of there's
If and when, yeah, the opportunity is there. It's not guaranteed.
Wow, I want to talk on that. So I was reading something the other day and the opportunity is there but when do you know and when do you not give up? Like how many times have you had sleepless nights?
I've actually thought about that exact same question plenty of times.
Like when do you know it's enough?
Yeah.
When do you know you're almost there? Like there's so many symbols out there that are like the guy gave up 2 feet before he hits gold.
Yeah.
And I can tell the honest truth. Like there's days where it's like, fuck, like I feel like I've succeeded. And there's days where it's like, man, this is so hard. Like when am I going to catch that break? There's no such, in my opinion, there's no such thing as a
Well,
break.
the worst thing you can do is compare yourself, because if you're comparing yourself, you're a pebble in everyone's pond. So it just comes to self. I don't know.
Well, how did you do it? Like what makes, like you, like we
So
talked
my-
about this. Like he's been at this since 2000, like you incorporated your business in 2009 or
Yes.
the business started in 2009.
2009.
So we're talking, that's 10, 15 years that you've been in business for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
People will only see you successful yesterday. Mm-hmm. They don't see the other 14 years of these sleepless nights and how are you going to make payroll?
Yeah.
And you're stretched thin on every credit card and every line of credit, the bank saying no.
Yeah, there was a point. I think it was year 2. I think it was year 2 on my own. So 2011, maybe 12. Every single piece of line of credit and credit card was maxed out, and I didn't have $1 in the account. My wife didn't work. And at the same time, my old company that I used to work for was begging me to come back and offering me a brand new truck and like over 100K to come back. So I turned to my wife and I said, give me one more year of trying this. And if it's not a plus, or a break even at least, then that door will always be open to go back and work for somebody. And the rest is history.
What year was that?
That happened in 2011. Yeah. And then every year since then, I mean, at that time, I didn't know how to run a business. All I did know was if you work, you get paid. So
Right.
I grinded
Love that.
every day, all day, door knocking to get customers, did the job, probably broke even. Some of them I didn't even make a profit because I didn't know how to do estimating at the time. And then you learn. You learn. You keep going. You learn. You keep grinding. You grind, right?
You say it takes 5 years, man.
There's a lot to learn. I mean,
There's so much
so
to
many
learn
things
as
you
an
have to learn.
entrepreneur.
Running a business is not doing the job.
We asked this question yesterday, which is exactly what you just said. If somebody were to come and buy your business who knows your industry, what is the first thing they would change in your business?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
The first thing that I would change in my business? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I mean, it makes a profit. I assume that's
But what would
So is it someone new
No, it's somebody who knows the industry.
Knows the industry.
So somebody who knows the, so like for instance,
So
let's
we
say,
never know.
I get asked. I get asked now to be bought out at least twice a year now.
and what do you think they would, yeah, but what do you think that's my question. So if that person who's in the industry
Yeah.
knows your business well, they bought your business, what's the first thing you think they would do?
Probably upscale it.
Scale it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I think that's-
I would go with that too. That's
Yeah.
that's a great answer. Upscale the business.
Yeah. Because I personally run it as
Past
lean as possible.
I'm gonna say first they're gonna try to figure out your business in a sense where like the way you run it. Let's see how you operate it first, because that anyone that comes into a business and decides to change the business within the first 3 months, you're an idiot.
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry. Figure out the business first and figure out what's working good and what's not working good, and then
Make
Well,
the changes.
I've
and
got,
pivot.
changes.
I've got 3 now, right? So now I'm planning on selling my electrical portion soon.
so you got 3 businesses.
Yeah.
You're operating 3 businesses.
Yes.
Okay.
Under one umbrella though.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
all three related to that, the mothership?
No. I mean, one's generators, which is kind of, but it's not. It's a completely separate business, and then one's data,
Data system.
data networking, building servers.
Cameras, security.
Now it is.
It's a big deal.
Remember, I told you when I was a child I was a geek, right? Does it ever come in handy? I didn't even have to do electrical.
So you're looking to sell your electrical business?
Yeah, because that's the one. That's not my bread and butter, but that's the one that I keep getting phone calls for buying it. I don't get any calls for my generator or my data, right? But my electrical, for some reason, people are like, "Hey, let me know when you're ready."
Because that's the probably most advertised.
Yeah, maybe.
And not maybe because you're spending the money, but they're seeing the truck go by. They're
well, the
seeing that,
opportunities,
right?
Like
Well, the scalability of the electrical company probably is by you hire more manpower, you can take on more work, you can grow the revenue, and
which I don't. Like
that's
I don't
what you
do that.
you don't want to do that.
Nope, never did from day one. I knew exactly how I run my business today is exactly how I thought I was going to run it 15 years ago.
Small team.
Small as possible with the largest amount of profits, with as much time off and freedom as I can for my family.
Yeah.
And it's
Because
not-
that's why you get into
But my
owning your own
definition
business.
of least amount of hours and freedom is probably crazy in someone else's eyes. Like so I work 75 hours a week every week for 20 years.
I think you're fucked up if you ask me. This guy fucking
75 hours.
this guy
every
will pick
week.
up on a Monday, drive to Ottawa to go do service calls.
Don't we?
Yeah, we don't pick up and drive to Ottawa.
Yeah, but that's because it's a different business.
Yeah.
He has to perform.
Yeah, but no one else does
manpower
that.
there,
That
right?
I know.
No, but that I mean that in a good way. Like I think it's fucked up because he's doing what other people aren't willing to do.
That's right.
And that's what makes that's why I like and I love what Carlo does is because it's so unique. It's like I'm an electrician. I've never seen this guy fucking in a fuse box. I see him putting up PTZs cameras, like
Yeah.
pan tilt zoom cameras and data and doing server rooms and doing generators more than I see him.
Because I slowly stopped doing electrical. So whatever electricals, whatever, like if I'm doing a generator, obviously there's a portion of that generator install that needs an electrician. So my company does that portion. With data in a server room, you need all the special twist lock plugs for all the servers. So I'm going to do that electrical portion. So that's literally what I use my electrical company for now, is for my generator and data portion. I stopped doing electrical, a lot of my electrical. Like I'd say I brought my electrical down to about 20% of my work.
It's like doing A business, B business, C business. Right?
Yes.
The A business is really what's gonna. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship at its finest.
With 75 hours per week, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you working for the business or is the business working for you?
That's a great question.
You know what? I'd say the first 7 years I was working for the business. Now it's the business is working for me. Now I'm taking full control. So like starting 3 years ago, I made sure in the summertime I take 3 weeks off no matter what. And then the year after that was 4 weeks. This summer I took 6 weeks. Right? And now this winter, I'm shutting down from January 1st till March break.
Let's go.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
That's what it is right there. So your 75 hours are stretching you.
That's right.
to enjoy more.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd rather work
And
75 hours a week for 8 months.
That took
15 years.
15 years.
years.
Yeah.
So for all those mortgage agents out there listening
But
that get into this business,
I can only do that because I didn't scale, because I didn't grow. Because then that train never stops.
Yes and no, because you would just figure out how to make that happen. It all becomes an up to you, right?
I don't
You
believe-
scale the business.
You're right.
You scale the business. You put in someone in that place to take care of the.
Yeah, you
the
got to find
skinny
somebody
parts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not that one person now taking care. Yeah, I scaled my business to 20 people, so I'm going to take care of 20 people. No,
Yeah.
you're going to find
Well,
manpower to.
I used to have 16 guys, and I experienced that for a year, and I'll never do that again.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to my friend Hazel the other day. Shout out to Hazel from the chamber. We were talking about that. She's like, "Well, what's your challenges right now? How are you going to grow?" I'm like, "I have to find somebody to fill in the spot that I'm doing right now, so I can go and do what I need to do. I can't progress and become the CEO, and Danny can't become the true the CFO if we can't get somebody to come and fill what we're doing. And we're doing it. We're slowly doing it.
slowly getting there.
Yeah."
And what do you think the two main ingredients are to have that become a success? And I'm asking you because I'm curious.
You said it earlier. You got to do the work.
You got to
work.
well for me to
You got to learn to let go. I think that is
True.
the biggest.
so trust. I think it's trust
100% is trust.
and to make sure that you're paying them properly.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will not care if you're not paying them properly. So as long as someone can guarantee me that they'll put in 110%, percent I'll pay them whatever they want. Hence why
But finding those people is hard.
yes.
Like it took us a little bit to find some good people. Now I think we have a very well-oiled machine, which is why we're starting to push on what we do and who we are. But yeah, trust is one, communication.
Years of training. I don't think you're gonna find someone right off the bat. I think you have to train somebody to be like that.
And do you hire
Yeah, they have to
within?
learn.
Do you hire within or do you go from the outside in?
I think everyone should always hire within.
Yeah.
They've earned it. They know how it all works. They know exactly. It never made sense to me when someone hires out.
But again, it blows my mind how corporations haven't done that. They always hire from the outside.
Yeah, that's that's a huge mistake in my opinion.
It is. I think so too. I've challenged that for many years when I was in the corporate world. So, man, this is good. This is some good Timbits.
For sure.
Danny is usually the guy with the
So
readiness.
this bottle was presented to us by Carlo. Carlo, tell us where you got this bottle.
Well, I love tequila just like you guys, and every time I go away on vacation, I always try to bring back a bottle that we don't have.
So is that
I-
what you brought us?
Yep, that was straight from Mexico this year. I bought a couple boxes like that and a couple new boxes, and yeah, I don't want nothing that we can buy here.
Yeah, I'm the same.
That's awesome because I try to do the same thing. Although the last couple times I've been away, it's been very difficult to buy because I've been in Dominican. Very difficult to find good bottles of tequila that we don't have back home. But
It's like you got to go to the specialty shops because the duty free only has like 4 or 5 different brands
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
Like when I came back from the Dominican this year, it was the ones I brought back, or the one I brought back. Sorry, and yeah, to find unique stuff it's
the problem with going outside is that you got to pack it in your bag, and if your bag is already full,
that day.
yeah,
You got to carry it with you the
right.
whole fucking
Where if you go at the duty free, it's with you on the plane.
That's it. Yeah, you're not carrying it around that day.
You're allowed 2 bottles per person, right? So
Bring it in, yeah.
at least 4 bottles is coming back.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Tell us about this bottle,
All right, so we got-
Maestro Dobel.
We got a Maestro Dobel,
Maestro.
Maestro Dobel 50 Cristi
This 50
Cristalino Extra Anejo.
50 lately, eh?
Extra Anejo that has been aged,
Less than 12 months.
no,
More than 12 months.
more than 24 months. We got
I don't have a good memory.
this one here. This one here has been aged for minimum 3 years.
Wow.
So there you go. Taste wise, cinnamon, vanilla, and cloves left. I guess these cloves are left on your tongue. Definitely a tequila you want to sip on.
Yeah.
Let's do the honors, Danny.
Okay, so to bring you into
This is, I'm gonna say, $150 bottle. Is that how much you paid for?
American.
American. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably American. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Can you show the camera, John?
yeah, that is absolutely stunning.
Let me see it.
Very nice.
Glorious.
Yeah, this is actually
Now,
pretty.
question: you went to Mexico. Did you find this in the airport or
No.
in the hotel?
Outside of the hotel. I just told everywhere I go, I tell them bring me to your liquor store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This is pretty cool.
Oh,
It's like a
hold on a second. We had a topic that Do they still serve worms in the tequila?
Yeah. Yeah, they still do.
Yeah, we got to find a couple bottles with worms in
Oh, you
them.
should have told me. I would have brought back some.
You have
Oh,
to?
you have
I
some.
don't.
Oh.
But when I was there, he asked me if I wanted it.
Yeah, I got to find. There's none here. I don't think there's anything
I don't
here.
think you hear no.
No.
I'm curious to get some with the worms. That's interesting.
I
So
wonder if you're allowed to import it because it has a worm in it.
Probably not.
Probably not.
This-
right? Like they're
this-
very strict at the.
I'm going to leave this right here.
You
So
can't even have milk.
I'm going to just give Carlos some quick. So what we do is we take the bottle, if you don't know already, and for our viewers, what we do is we grab the bottle and we give it a rating out of 10 in 3 categories. Category 1 is appearance. Category 2 is taste. Category 3 is price. So are we going to pour this one?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
The
for
guest
sure.
has to make the decision.
Yeah, for sure.
This is, I have something to say
It's
about
numbered though, too. Look in the back. Move your thumb.
It's numbered. What,
Oh.
what did we find out, Danny, about numbered?
this. This is a bottle. Yeah, this is a numbered bottle. And you know what's cool too, guys? I know I'm nostalgic like this. Number 50 again.
Really?
Yeah. So this has 50 right in the bottom of the
I
thing.
just had 50.
Keep the bottle, man. Keep the bottle.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool bottles that come out of Mexico. I can't wait to go back. I love that place.
See, I'm just against going to Mexico right now. My brother,
was.
me and my brother, just a touch, like so I can taste, and that's it. Me and my brother were talking about this yesterday because he booked a trip to Mexico for 10 days, and he's like, "You guys got to come with us." Mm-hmm. And my sister-in-law is like, "Danny, are you ever gonna get over this Mexico bus?" And I don't know if I can.
I was
Like
the
I
exact
feel
same
like
way.
why should I support a country that doesn't support the tourism?
Here, Danny.
And not the country that doesn't,
Yeah,
but the other people around it.
yeah.
Like,
I agree. I feel the same way about Mexico.
I don't know. Anyways, I do love their tequila, so
Right?
I do too.
Cheers.
Carlo, cheers for being on the couch. Thank you very much. Thanks for bringing. Thank you. That was a very great conversation. Cheers. Great conversation. Guys, did you just see what I fucking did?
No.
I went to go smell the tequila, but I smelled the microphone. This is what happens when you bulk shoot in one day and you're drinking tequila at 11 o'clock in the morning. I went like this. If that's not a blooper, I don't know what is.
So I was worried when you were reading Danny saying it's cinnamon. I was worried that I was going to. I hate cinnamon.
Oh, wow.
No,
This is excellent. Very good.
he's pretty good.
Now,
It's nice.
we let our
Very
guest Say the first markings of the day.
Yeah, we're going to give it to Carlo.
What's that?
You got to rate the bottle.
Oh, you want me to rate the bottle?
Yeah, we have to give. You got to rate it on appearance,
Okay.
price
Out of 10.
out of 10, and taste.
Okay.
And then we give it an overall rating, and then we're each going to do that. So
All right.
the floor is yours while I sip on this tequila.
So the bottle out of 10, I rated like an 8.5. The taste, I'd also rate like at least an 8. And the price, I'd say 6.5.
All right,
I think, yeah.
it's pricey.
It's been aged for. I mean, what was it? 3 years.
minimum 3 years.
Wow. Yeah, you can taste. You
Yeah,
can
I
ta-
know, I know.
You can taste
No,
it.
So your overall 7.5.
Yeah. But I try so many different tequilas, and I have so many other ones that are better than that one.
Yeah.
So it's lower on my scale.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to that in a sec.
You want to go last?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the appearance first. I love the exclamation mark because that's what it looks like. That, or it looks like an entertainer with the top hat, like you know those long top hats. Like it's ready to entertain. So I do love the appearance. I think the appearance is pretty cool. I like the whole look. I get confused when I see Dobell. I mean, it sounds kind of like it sounds Irish a little bit when I see that.
Sounds like a construction company.
Dobell, yeah, Dobell. Like I'm not, yeah,
Bell Construction.
Dobell, like Maestro Dobell 50. But I have to give the appearance is up there, man. This is pretty cool. It's a nice bottle. Like if this was on my shelf, somebody would ask me what that is.
Yep.
It is going to be on your shelf after today.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Fucking, I think I don't know if we have any more.
I have my own shelf, like just like yours.
So the appearance, I really truly like it. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 on the appearance. As for the taste, yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm not a Blanco lover, But this is really
But, like,
it's a sipper.
It's extra añejo,
Yeah.
which has got me like, it's not very sweet,
No.
which extra añejos are,
Yeah.
right?
This has a punch to it, but the price for $150 American. I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess you're paying for it. So on the taste, I'm gonna give it a 7 on taste because it's not bad. Yeah, but it's a Blanco. I'm not a Blanco guy, and it has.
But it's not a Blanco. It's extra añejo.
I know. Well, it's clear. It's color. White is what I meant.
Price, you're not a fan.
Not a big fan, but I guess you are paying for the extra age, well, being 3. So I'm gonna give it a 7. So total is gonna get 7.5 for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Appearance, like Johnny, I love the bottle. It to me, it reminds me like I'm in science class.
Yeah, beaker.
A beaker.
It looks like a beaker.
Right? That's it, right?
As soon as you
So that's
said it.
pretty cool. So for appearance, 8.5. For taste, I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed because for an extra añejo, I thought I was going to get something sweeter, and it wasn't sweet. This to me reminded me somewhere in the Blanc. I'm going to say it reminded me like the Don Adriano that we just had, which is labeled the Blanco. It's very nice though.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's not nice, but I just expected something sweeter. That being said, for taste, I'm going to be somewhere at the 7.5, 8.
So you're 7.5.
Price wise, for 150, I got to bring it down just because I expected an extra añejo at 150, and it didn't taste like an extra añejo at 150.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring that down to a 7. So overall, 7.5.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
7.5.
It got its rightful.
Place in history.
Yeah, this is actually.
Yeah, when you start drinking $40 bottles of tequila, you can definitely taste the difference.
Oh, 100%. There's no question.
I can't anymore.
No, me neither. You
I
don't
went to,
don't give me.
I went
I
to
won't even
Halloween party.
taste it.
I'm spoiled here.
Yeah.
I am absolutely.
You get used to that.
If there's an afternoon where I'm like, oh, I need a sip of something, and I come look at this, I don't even know where to begin. But I don't want to drink the really, really good stuff because I want to savor that for whatever the fuck you're saving it for. But I go grab like this Los Cabos. I really enjoy that. I think it's really good. But
The Wabo Cabo.
yeah, the
Los Cabos.
That's
Wabo
actually my
Cabo.
favorite.
Wabo Cabo.
That's actually my favorite tequila.
the Cabo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
This is
We just killed that bottle 3 weeks ago in one sitting.
yeah. It's
$80 bottle, isn't it?
Yeah.
it's in the LC, it's in the
a
LC bureau.
good $80 bottle.
Yeah, it is. Not that we're okay. No punchlines on that. So, guys, thank you once again for this episode. We are chugging forward. We're on the rails. Fuck bulk shooting one day. Too much tequila is not good because I'm sniffing fucking microphones over here. Carlo, tell us a little bit about where they can find you, what services you offer, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Effect Electric LTD on Instagram. Email carlo@effectelectric.com. And if you want a Kohler generator or a new server in your home or business, give us an email, call.
Awesome, guys. Yeah, super clean work. He's done work for me at my home. So, yeah, definitely highly recommend as an electrician. Guys, On the Couch podcast, if you like the show, if you want to know more, if you please like, share, comment, share the show so we can grow. On the podcast 23 on TikTok, Spotify, and Instagram. You can find Johnny Supa at Your Nesta Financial. And, of course, here at 12 Park Boulevard, our headquarters. And Danny Cardozo.
Mortgages by Danny C.
Until next time, guys, keep sipping tequila.
Later.